The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long, eerie shadows across the sprawling Victorian house that had belonged to the sisters' grandmother. Nestled at the end of a wooded lane, the mansion had always been a place of laughter and childhood adventure for Sarah, Eliza, and Lily. But there was one part of the house the sisters could never bring themselves to like: the long, dimly lit passage that connected the old section of the house to the new. The hallway was lined with ancient portraits, their eyes seemingly tracking every move, and a tattered old carpet that muted the sounds of footsteps, creating an eerie silence. "Why does it always feel so much colder in this passage?" murmured Lily, the youngest, hugging herself as they crossed it to reach their bedrooms. Sarah, always the brave older sister, smirked and responded, "It's just an old house, Lil. You know, drafts and such." "But Grandma always said it was special," Eliza reminded them, with a twinkle of mischief in her eyes. One stormy night, as rain lashed against the windows, the three found themselves huddled in the living room, wrapped in blankets and watching old movies. The power flickered and went out, leaving them in darkness. A gust of wind blew the hallway door open. From deep within, they heard soft whispers and a child's giggling. Sarah, attempting to keep her voice steady, said, "It's probably just the wind." Eliza, her eyes wide, whispered back, "That was not the wind." Lily, her voice shaking, said, "Do you remember those stories Grandma used to tell, about the children who once lived here and played pranks?" Ignoring Lily, Sarah grabbed a flashlight and stood up. "I'll go check the breaker," she declared. "No!" Lily shrieked, grabbing her arm. "Not alone!" The sisters, arms linked, ventured toward the dreaded passage. The whispers grew louder, sending chills down their spines. As they reached the hallway's entrance, the flashlight went out. They were engulfed in total darkness. Suddenly, from the far end of the passage, a bouncing ball emerged, its hollow thuds echoing in the silence. It stopped just short of their feet. Eliza gasped, "We're not alone!" The faint outline of 3 children appeared at the other end, giggling. "Play with us," they sang in eerie unison. Just then, the flashlight flickered back on, revealing an empty hallway. The portraits gazed down impassively, the ball was gone, and the sound of the rain outside was the only thing piercing the silence. The 3 sisters raced to their room, locking the door behind them. Morning light found the sisters packed and ready to leave. But as they reached the hallway for the last time, they found 3 small dolls, replicas of the sisters, sitting in a line, their glass eyes reflecting the pale morning light. Sarah bent down and picked one up, whispering, "Grandma was right. This passage is special." And as they left the house, from the window of the passage, 3 little faces watched them leave, smiling. And as they hurriedly left the house, a strange compulsion made Sarah glance back at the mansion's facade. To her horror, from the window of the passage, 3 little faces watched them, their eyes hollow and filled with eternal longing. But the most chilling part wasn't their ghostly pallor or their empty gazes. It was the realization that the faces weren't just any children. They bore an uncanny resemblance to Sarah, Eliza, and Lily in their younger years, each face adorned with a hauntingly familiar smile. The very air grew colder as a whispered voice, carried by the wind, murmured, "Stay with us. Forever." The house, with its long, dreaded passage, held more secrets than they had ever imagined, and it yearned for the sisters to return.